Hi everyone, it's Sunday, October 3rd, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Jordick. For the U.S. hide market, it was a rather quiet week, and that's especially true for steer sellers. There just isn't enough interest, and what interest there is not at a price that sellers want to accept, and the negotiations are long and not always fruitful. The one exception in the market is dairy cows and steers, which seem to have decent interest at relatively steady levels. Looking at heavy Texas steers, prices continue to be under pressure, as we said, and they sagged a bit more this week. Seasonal weights of 62 to 64 pounds dropped another $2 to sell for a high of $40. Again, most sales of steers this week, and there weren't that many, were lower. No improvement is expected next week either, then that's because China's celebrating its National Day Golden Week holiday. As we already said, the cow market is holding its own, and that's especially true for Holsteins, as prices seem to have settled at a level that's acceptable for the moment for both buyers and sellers. Combined export sales for the week ending September 23rd were down by 19% at 415,200. Export shipments were again disappointing at a paltry 336,600, and that's down 31% from last week. Slaughter through Saturday, October 2nd, slipped a little bit lower, actually just 2% down at 637,000. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo reports that after Lineapel, the situation is mixed, with some destinations and specializations seeing a positive trend and others not so lucky. In the UK, prices are unchanged, but there is indeed downward pressure. The reference price for the British 36 Plus is now generally £1.25 in sterling, and very few sales happened at the £1.30 mark. In Ireland, the maximum price was €1.35 per kilo. With regard to bulls in Europe, the main selections saw further declines this week, and a lot of that is from the automotive sector slowdown. Southern German selections are selling for as much as 5 cents less at €1.75 per kilo, and some other origins saw even larger price drops. In the European cow markets, prices are also soft, with French origins dropping about 5 cents, while others managed to keep their losses to just a few cents. In the veal sector, there really wasn't any change in prices, and that's because there is so little available and no room for negotiation right now. In his analysis for the week, Andrea looks at the prospects for the start of next year already and discusses the latest on the substitution of leather in various products. Turning to South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports that the market was again unchanged. The average price of fresh hides was stable at $4.18 per kilo. TR1 was also flat at the long-standing $1.15 to $1.20 per square foot price. And as was the case last week, most of Latin America was steady except for Argentina. In other news from Brazil, the country's shoe production should grow 12.2% in 2021. And the country's tanneries are also very positive about the participation they had at Lineapel. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's annual slaughter trend is still bearish. Chile's retail footwear sales rose by 247%. In Mexico, the CICEG has started a program to support medium and small-sized enterprises. And in Paraguay, the USDA is going to be auditing meat processing plants in November with a view to exports to the US. And that's all we have for today. So until next week, good night from HideNet.